Hi everyone. It's good to be here. Talk to all these brilliant, interesting folks. My name is Victor Dibia. I'm currently a principal machine learning research engineer at Cloudera Fast Forward Labs. Um, so with regards to my background is sort of multidisciplinary, and so I started out in software engineering, distributed systems. So I did a bachelor's, master's in that area, a bit of cryptography too. And sometime in 2011, when I was done with the masters, I recall that I got interested in doing some startup work. So I moved to West Africa, um, and there I founded a startup company where we're trying to solve problems for the African market. And so, as at this time, internet penetration was just becoming a thing in that region of Africa, and people were just beginning to get like internet-enabled smartphones. And so two of the problems that were sort of really strong back then was that the content on the internet and in app stores was designed for users in North America and Europe. And so that's just what was available. That was the market. And so there was just not a lot of things for users from Africa to consume. And so I spent some time building things like local language games using things like Cocos 2D. So it's a 2D game engine. And so just to create stuff that caters to the African market. And the second problem back then was that as users came online, merchants would begin to set up online storefronts, but there was no good way for them to accept payments. And so some of the work I did was working with banks to create like nice mobile SDKs that developers could integrate into their apps and collect payments. And after this, I decided to do a PhD in information systems, and I did that at City University of Hong Kong. And so I spent a couple of years in Asia, and this PhD was focused on aspects of human computer interaction. So we're trying to use quantitative and qualitative methods to sort of understand how users make decisions as they interact with interfaces. Following that, I joined IBM Research. I joined a group called the Cognitive Environments Lab. And so this was a primarily HCI, human computer interaction group, but we're paired really closely with the applied machine learning or core machine learning group at IBM. And the goal was to take some of the AI models and start to build things like multimodal interactive spaces. Essentially, you could walk into a room, and this room is equipped with microphone arrays, cameras, sensors, and you could do things like, oh, tell me about this, tell me about that, show me this, show me that. And essentially wanted to merge like voice interaction, pointing gestures, and visualizations to create good experiences. And that's actually where I met Dhruv. And so we worked on this nice project where we're trying to essentially build a system that helped blind people navigate small spaces. And one of the interesting things from that was that to solve that problem, we need to find good ways to track hands in real time and do it fast. And so one of the outputs of that was that some of the hand tracking models we experimented on later became this thing that I created called HandTrack.js. And so some of you might have seen the HandTrack.js library. It's just a nice little library that lets you use like 3 lines of code, and then you can easily start to track hands in the browser. And more recently, I'm at Cloudera, and my work is applied machine learning research. And so we're taking things coming out of academia, we're building prototype solutions to help our customers understand how they can solve problems with machine learning. And I also spend time helping advise on the user interface and interaction for some of our products. And my general research interests are in like how can we improve user interactions with machine learning models, and how can we optimize these things. So things like automated generation of visualizations used from data, things like HandTrack.js. And also, I also spent some time building interactive interfaces that let people sort of build intuition on how machine learning models work. So pretty long background, but that's kind of where I'm at now.